Hey everybody, Msfs Simmer here. Hopefully things will work.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. How are you this morning?
Hi there. I'm very well, thanks.
Great. We're just getting ready for departure, but if you need anything, just give me a call. We're just getting ready for departure, but if you need anything, just give me a call.
Thanks a lot.
So,
No problem.
we're going to get the seatbelt on. And we're going to go ahead here. And just trying to see if we've got things in good shape here. So we're here for the NASCAR series. I apologize, Msfs Simmer here. So, and we've got our self-loading cargo running, as you can hear.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Alright, well, it's a little messed up.
Okay. I've spoken to security, and I'm told they'll be ready to send the passengers down to us in a few minutes.
Okay. Feel free to start boarding whenever they're ready to come on board. Let us know once you've started.
No problem.
So yeah, not sure what the repeat thing is, but anyway, we're here, getting going kind of early in the morning here. So, we're going to turn everything on. We've got enough light that we can see, so that is good. We're going to get our emergency lights armed. We're going to get seat belts on, anti-collision on, so everyone can see us. So we can see the effect outside already. And we're going to go ahead and get ourselves set, I think. Let's call and get our clearance. Whoops, let me make sure I'm on the right thing here. So I need, what, 13495 it looks like. 13495. Enter. Center, Walker 4021 at Talladega Municipal, requesting IFR to Fort Worth. So hopefully we'll be good there. And we can get ourselves
Give me 1
set.
second for that clearance.
Alright. Alright, so we've got that. We're going to go ahead.
Walker 4021, cleared the Fort Worth Alliance. Radar vectors Vulcan, Birmingham, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure on 132.15, squawk 5272. Released for departure, clearance void, if not off by 1053 Zulu, time now 1038.
Cleared to Fort Worth Alliance, radar vectors Vulcan, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure on 132.15, squawk 5272. Released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1053 Zulu. Time now 1038. Walker 4021.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
Clear enough. 4 out of 5.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get the APU started. So you can see it's starting to fire up over there. We heard we can dial in at 4000. So we'll get that set. We'll get everything else turned on once we're ready to go. I'm sorry, Roger.
Roger.
So I've had to change the voices because they've updated things. Now, last time I tried this, we weren't getting anything from the crew. So I'm hopeful that we're going to be better this time, because it was a little bit annoying to try to get these things to work. So it looks like 3001 on our altimeter, so that'll get us set there. And it was 5272, which we're squawking. Alright, so now we need to get the flight plan in here. So the origin, we're at Kilo Alpha Sierra November at Talladega Municipal. And then we are going to Kilo Alpha Foxtrot Whiskey, which is Fort Worth Alliance. Alright, so let's see, what runway is it suggesting we go out on? Suggesting we go out on 22, because it didn't tell us that specifically. No departures. So let's see. Okay, we're going to select the arrival runway. Should be 34 right. Okay, so procedure, we've got no departures. We're going to have the truck. Whoops. Why is this not? Oh, because it won't spin that way. Truck with Ronnie. And again, we're doing ILS 34 right. And so we will load that.
Southwest 280, continue climb to flight level 290.
And the approach IL34 right.
Flight level 290,
All
Southwest
good.
280.
Okay. So, I think we're okay. I hope. Ronnie, Kane, Sassy, manual sequence. So we're going to remove that waypoint, and then hopefully it will just go where it needs. From there to there. And I think we're okay for that. So we're going to go ahead and get our engines start. Oops. I hadn't turned those on yet. That's more helpful if I do that. So there we go. Things are moving along. We can now get our flight director on. Nav should be all set there. Alright, so is it going to tell us? It says what? We don't need ground services? Is that what it said? Oh, you need to stop the engines. Okay, well, either way. So we're preparing for boarding. Let's see. Trying to remember if we can do anything. Aircraft passengers are checking in. Cabin crew are managing the doors. Alright, so hopefully we will be good here. Alright, what I can't see are like where we sit on because yeah, it's just telling me boarding and loading. Let's see. We've got seat belts on. Alright, let's see. Can I do the PA system? No, that's just that. So my concern is, are we loading or not? Start board. Yeah, we're not boarding passengers.
Ground to cockpit.
Alright, let's see.
Go ahead.
Captain, just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We'll contact you again once we're done.
American 467, maintain 250 knots.
Alright,
Maintaining
so
250
they've
knots.
started
American
loading.
467.
Let me see if I talk to the cabin crew, if anything is happening.
Hi, Captain.
Alright, so we're going to do instant
Would you
boarding.
mind waving your magic wand and getting the passengers on board straight away?
No problem. No problem.
Not sure why it does that a
Ground to cockpit.
few times, but okay. So that probably means they'll be done too.
Go ahead.
Call me when you acquire pushback.
Alright, pushback not required.
We don't require a push. We'll just start where we are, so feel free to disconnect.
Roger. As a reminder, if you're using software to track your virtual airline flights, you might want to start it if you haven't already.
Cabin crew, please arm doors and cross-check.
Alright. So they appear to be doing what they need to be doing, which is a good thing. Alright. So we don't need any taxi directions, because we are told what to do already, so...
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes.
Let me get my stabilizer down here. Oh, I didn't start the...
There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle and 2 at the front of the cabin.
We didn't start the other engine.
Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Alright.
If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth, hold in place with the strap, and pull on each side to adjust.
Hello?
Put on your own mask before helping others.
Hi, Captain.
If you
Everyone's
land on
seated
water,
and secured
take
for
the life
takeoff.
jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes
We're
around your
almost
waist,
ready, actually,
click
so
together
you can
and pull
take
the
your
straps
seats
to
now.
adjust.
No
Do
problem.
not inflate
No
it
problem.
inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle.
Okay, well,
If it
it's not
fails to
letting us
inflate or needs toggling,
talk to
blow
the
it
cabin
into the
crew.
tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened.
Why are we on no
We wish you a
takeoff?
pleasant
Oh,
flight,
because
and
we
thank
don't
you for
have
flying
our...
with self-loading cargo.
I don't understand the no standby data, but in any event, we should be good to go and roll. So there
All
we go.
stations, takeoff positions, please.
So I'm gonna head out to
Ladies and gentlemen,
22.
because this is a nighttime flight, for safety purposes, I have dimmed the cabin lights for takeoff. This is a completely normal procedure, and they will be turned back on once we've completed our departure. Thank you.
Alright, so we will be off. Just barely, but 4 minutes to spare.
Cross time on
So,
at or above 10,000. Crossing team on at or
so
above 10,000.
obviously
Jet
we are
617.
clear to get onto the runway.
4,000, Delta 2194.
So, gonna get ourselves kind of ready to go here. And we'll turn everything on appropriately. But yeah, I haven't done a kind of a nighttime flight. I mean, it's not, I don't know that I'd call it a nighttime flight, but that's what they're going with. Alright. So we are gonna go ahead here. We'll do some VNAV. And should be okay. So away from Talladega. Now it says the aircraft crashed. Alright, well, that's great. on SLC. So we're not going to have self-loading cargo anymore. So obviously there's still some problems there. But we are off. We will get autopilot. Or I'm sorry, not autopilot. We will get autopilot turned on. And get ourselves to 4,000.
21 radar contact over Talladega Municipal Airport at 1600 feet. Talladega altimeter 30.00, turn right heading 285, vectors to Vulcan, Birmingham, then own navigation.
Am I on autopilot? Alright, let's get auto throttle set here. Turn right to Vulcan, then own navigation, Walker 4021.
Walker 4021, contact Birmingham approach on 132.15.
Contact Birmingham approach, Walker 4021. Alright, looks like it's stabilized. Birmingham approach, Walker 4021, with you, 7,000 feet. I'm a little higher than I should be, so I did a bad job that way. But we're up here. Birmingham approach, Walker 4021 with you, 7,000 feet. Come on. I've had to call multiple times sometimes
Walker 4021,
lately.
Birmingham departure. Good morning. Talladega altimeter 30.00.
Okay, so it's not going to clear me any further. I find that a little odd, but okay. So we're headed to Roni, I guess.
Walker 4021, Birmingham departure. Climb and maintain flight level 240.
Climb and maintain flight level 240, Walker 4021.
KLM 945 cleared for the visual approach, runway 9er, report 3 mile final.
Alright.
Cleared visual 9er, will report 3
So
mile
now
final, KLM
we
945.
should be heading up further.
Lima Roger, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved. Departure, citation Charlie Golf Juliet Lima Whiskey, requesting IFR 2 kilo.
So yeah, sped up a little bit, but you know, we've got a lot of cloud cover. I did not think it was that cloudy out here when I looked at the radar initially, so we'll see if and when we break through. So we are... Oh, you know why? I don't have my interim waypoints in here. Goodness gracious. So I need to insert before, and then we need to put in the spot we're cleared to. I did a bad job of doing these things. So there we go. We'll go direct there, and now we're going to insert before, and then we're going to... As long as I stay ahead of this, we'll be okay. Alright. And we're going to insert after. Then we're going XESSS. Alright, and then TXK. TX kilo. Alright. And then we get to Roni. Alright. Because now at least, yeah, we got 20 miles instead of 495. Alright, we've since broken through the clouds.
Walker 4021, climb
Perfect
and
timing.
maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Walker 4021. Alright, so breaking through transition altitude. Looking a little nicer. Sun coming up. Behind us, I believe. Yep, there we go. So very nice. One of the early morning flights, but getting our folks off. So we had Austin Cindric went ahead and won at Talladega. We are on our way to Texas Motor Speedway for the Worth 400, presented by Liqui-Moly. So one of those long-named races that NASCAR sometimes has. Race takes place May 4th. Obviously, we're flying here the morning of May 3rd. So welcome aboard with us, or at least monitoring our flight with us. Just checking that nothing is looking off. I think we're okay. So I had kind of too early of a departure before. Let's see, if I look out, we probably can't see the ground. But Birmingham, Alabama, Birmingham Airport's kind of coming up over there, but we're not really going to be able to see. So, figured I'd try, but didn't work. So, we've got a long flight, a little under 2 hours, but not expecting...
81 Tango. Mike, descend to 2000 cleared ILS 18. Descending to 2000 cleared ILS 18981 Tango, Mike.
Skylane 56 Foxtrot, Squawk 5255, and ident. Walker 4021, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climb and maintain flight level 360, Walker 4021. Oops. Alright, so we are now fully cleared. So I am going to go ahead and fly this the other 532 miles and get us, well, part of that at least, get us close, and as always, we'll return then as we're getting ready to head in near DFW.
On 128.72 feet, get hit.
So I will see you later. Alright, we are getting close to
Walker 4021,
10,000 feet.
Fort Worth approach on 125.125.
Contact Fort Worth approach 125.125. Walker 4021. So yeah, a lot going on. There was some overcast, about 12,000 is what's reported at the field. Fort Worth approach, Walker 4021, 9,000 descending to 7,000.
Walker 4021, Fort Worth approach. Good morning, Alliance altimeter 29.88.
Alright, so truck. So I think we're okay. Alright, we are at 2988 already. So there we go. We'll level out. We'll get ourselves off the speed brake finally. That should help. I'm gonna manually slow myself a little bit below, get the speed bug down, get ourselves a little bit below 250. That should help. Alright, so as you can see, we are about 35 miles out. So we're going to be heading to Truck in a little bit, and that will, you know, kind of end our arrival, and then we'll be heading over to the approach.
FedEx 1482, heavy climb to 7,000, report passing through 5,000.
So
Climbing to 7,000.
basically you can see we should,
FedEx 1482 heavy.
we'll be at 7,000 there, at least that's what it appears. So did not get a auto descent. I'm pretty sure I had that on some of my flights. So, and it's possible, because I've never keyed in the altitude at any point. I think I need to do that at one point somewhere along my route and get the cruise set. So, I'll have to keep an eye on that, I think. But I think I also figured out how to adjust some things. I figured out through the EFB with Navigraph how we can load a flight plan. So overall, learning a few things about this aircraft, which is always pleasant, and obviously part of aviation is you're always kind of learning about your systems and so forth. Now, obviously, you know, you're supposed to be good at that to begin with. Now, yeah, we do have broken clouds and stuff at, I think, like 7,000 and something down all the way to 3,000. So that may be what we're heading into there, but we should be turning
Walker
pretty...
4021, Fort Worth approach, contact Lone Star approach on 118.1.
Contact Lone Star approach 118.1, Walker 4021. Lone Star approach, Walker 4021, 7,000 feet.
Walker 4021, Lone Star approach. Good morning, Alliance altimeter 29.88.
Alright, so we're starting a turn. That will obviously get us, you know, we've got, we'll see, a little ways.
4021, Lone Star approach, descend and maintain 4,000, turn left heading 175 vectors for the ILS runway 34 right approach.
Descend and maintain 4,000, turn left heading 175, vectors for the ILS runway 34 approach. Alright, so we'll go ahead, get that down, and hopefully we can do that in a way that isn't crazy. So 7%, whoop, 4,000, not 5,000. So looks like we gotta slow the descent a little bit, but that's okay. We've got 5.7 miles to truck, and then we'll kind of let it bring itself in. Since we do have a direct, it should just go there. But now we're at 5,000, we're at least starting to drop below the clouds. So that is certainly good. It's an interesting thing. Maybe they're just farms, and so those are like buildings and so forth. Hard to tell. But few developments here and there. 2 miles. Alright, yeah, we're like just below the clouds.
Contacting center on 133.5, good day, UPS 901 heavy.
Why won't it let approach? That's interesting. It will not, and maybe because I'm not quite at that point yet, we have to change to that, you know, one of the waypoints along that. So we'll see what happens as soon as we do that. There we go. So now we've got localizer. We appear to be going what I would say would be the wrong way. So hold on. So we want to go direct. No, direct to UCall. Not runway. There we go. Alright, now we're going the right way. That was really weird. I don't know what it had done there, but maybe I just had things programmed wrong.
Walker
24
4021,
miles
turn
out.
left heading 155.
Turn left 155, Walker 4021. So you can see we are turning left. So yeah, U-call is there, so we're good. But yeah, it was like heading toward runway 34. It was very odd. But we're, 36 miles from U-call. So, even though we're 23 miles from the airport, just the way it's coming in, obviously, we're going to be a little bit unique. So, because again, we're coming in on runway, what was it? 34, so we're basically kind of coming around. Alright, well, we're at 190. So, will we go all the way to 155? I don't know. But we are definitely coming around. Because, yeah, I'm sure we were kind of below. It's interesting, because you would think we'd be heading 3-4, but I don't know. Yeah, it's almost like we're on the wrong end here. Now I'm confused. Like we went too far. So let's see, if I go in there, that's a lot of busyness on there. But yeah, U-call is like the other side of the airport, so it's almost like we... Which I guess would make sense. We want to pass it and then come in. Because, yeah, it was basically running us into the runway, which would make no sense. So I probably want to turn off the approach until we get to U-call. So, but that makes sense now, because we will... We're going to basically overfly the airport.
Maintaining 190 or greater American 1289er.
Although it would seem odd that they'd have us overfly at 4,000, but they may.
350, United 247. Descend, maintain 3,000 as well as left on the localizer. United 247.
Walker 4021, turn right heading 190.
Turn right heading 190. Alright, so let me see if I can get the heading bug where I need it. Because it's probably going to have me get to U-call a different way. Alright, 190. So we'll do that. Because, yes, I'm sure it's like, yeah, we don't want you to overfly the airport. And this will probably be better because it'll give me a cleaner run in. Because obviously, otherwise I'm heading straight at U-call. And, that would be a problem. Alright, so we're going that way. But kind of a more appropriate approach, I would think. But yeah, now we're 7 miles from the airport, so we're going to pass it over on that side. Because you can see where 34 right is, so we're going to start, seeing it at some point. And then obviously we'll start heading away from it, but I'm sure it'll vector us over in a parallel approach once we've moved over enough. But we'll kind of keep an eye out the window here just so we can maybe catch a glimpse of the airport. Maybe what we have coming in here. Man, it is hazy as well, but yes, I think that is the airport. So glad we didn't overfly it. But yeah, we wouldn't expect a really large airport or anything, so. But now 4 nautical miles, and we'll see if we start like getting further away now. Because I would guess, you know, now we're kind of passing by the center, so we're probably going to have that soon. I'm assuming we're going to get some new vectors in a little bit here. But UCall is a little under 14. And yes, now we're 5 nautical miles away from the airport. So I think I missed the fact that, you know, we were basically coming in on the north end and then having to go circle around.
Southwest 399er, reduce speed to 180, then descend and maintain 4,000. Slowing to 180, then down to 4,000, Southwest 399er.
Walker 4021, turn left heading 165.
Turn left heading 165, Walker 4021. Alright, and that I'm sure will kind of get us in where we need, because at that point we will be, you know, 3-4 is almost exactly 180, so like if we were 160. So we're kind of coming in a little tighter, but we're, you know, 9 miles, and it might have us fly past UCall, which would likely be better, you know, and we can direct UCall later then. But yeah, we're now 9 miles out of the airport, but basically, you know, we'll be coming in over everything we're looking at now. I don't know where the racetrack is in comparison to the airport. Usually I tried to pick airports closest to the track that seemed to make sense. So, you know, I would assume it's nearby somewhere. Looks like Fort Worth maybe, or Dallas, I'm not sure. Probably Dallas. So I don't think we'd overfly. So that's got to be Fort Worth. Dallas is further out. You know, they're nearby, so they kind of are considered one metropolitan area, kind of like Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's kind of Dallas-Fort Worth. Like the main airport is DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. All right, 5 miles. You know, if we're good on fuel. You know, you always assume you're going to have to fly around a little bit, get vectored around the airport to do what you need to do.
Walker 4021, turn left heading 145.
Turn left heading 145, Walker 4021.
Walker 4021, 6 miles from Uckle. Turn left heading 045, descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 34 right approach.
Turn left heading 045, descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, Walker 4021. Alright, so we're going to get ourselves down here. We're going to see what it can do.
Lima cleared for the visual on 8 left, maintain 9 knots.
Probably get ourselves down to,
knots, 714 Lima.
say, 220, maybe.
Direct pod, climb and maintain flight level 220 to TLR 55.
Because that should probably help us tighten the turn a bit.
Radar contact. Cleared direct pod. TLR 5568. Contact Fort Worth Center on 127.0.
Alright, so now we can go ahead and turn on the approach. Because, yeah, we're, I think, crossing over where we really want to be, but we are at 3,000. Alright, so if we shrink this out a little further, let's see. Yeah, so we are gonna get back in there. We are, you know, tightening up the arc, so we should be okay. Alright, so we're gonna lower the flaps down to the first level here, given that we're kind of technically below flaps 2.
Walker 4021, contact Alliance Tower on 135.15.
Contact Alliance Tower 13515, Walker 4021. Alliance Tower, Walker 4021, runway 34 right.
Walker 4021, Alliance Tower, winds 035 at 6. Runway 34 right, cleared to land.
Runway 34 right, cleared to land, Walker 4021. Alright, so we've just locked in the localizer. And
Walker 4021,
should
roger,
have the
runway
glide
34
slopes
right, cleared to land.
Runway 34 right, cleared to land, Walker 4021. Not quite sure why it's telling me that again, but it is. Alright, so gonna get ourselves down.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike, make left traffic runway 12 cleared for takeoff. Making left traffic cleared for takeoff runway 12 Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
Alright, getting close, 9 miles out. Should be configured. Wheels down, yep, flaps out. Everything looks pretty good that way. Glide slope is coming in. So now we have locked onto that. We can just see the runway coming out of the haze, I think. So we're good there. And now it's just a matter of getting ourselves fully configured and get ourselves down to, say, 140. Just getting our visual aligned. But you can see 1600. Winds were... Oh, the winds are... oh no, 3.5 at 6. So they're not that crazy. I was like, the winds are a bit much here, but looks like maybe it's turning a bit to the left, which is kind of what I was starting to feel. I'm like, this is not really lining up well here, but now it's doing okay. So this time we're going to get ourselves closer, definitely get ourselves down lower before we disengage the autopilot and bring ourselves in for hopefully a good landing. So we shall see. I never noticed, because I know landing rate monitor does pop up the landing rate on the screen, but I don't see it. It's like the PAPI has got us there, but we are on 3-4 right, so I don't know, unless there's another plane coming in at the same time, but it's kind of interesting. Alright, so we're 300 above ground level. So we're getting to the point, pretty close to the point that we want to disengage. Alright. There we go. Like, why is autopilot not off? See if we can do a better job here.
30, 20, 10.
A little crooked there. Not the best, but
Mooney 924 Foxtrot Delta cleared to land runway 31.
oh.
Cleared to land runway 31, Mooney 924 Foxtrot Delta.
Contact departure 7 Whiskey Alpha.
FedEx 1155, frequency change approved, good day.
Alright.
Walker 4021, welcome to Alliance. Contact ground on 132.65.
Contact ground 132.65, Walker 4021. So again, we want to vacate the runway. I don't know why I hit the brakes that hard. But one thing I did learn is, yeah, we want to get past the hold short line. So you don't want to stop on this side, you want to get your aircraft fully past, which obviously does limit your positioning a bit. Alright, so let's get to ground. Now that we got a little bigger airport. Alliance ground. Walker 4021 vacated 3-4 right. I don't know where I'm at.
Walker 4021 Alliance ground, taxi to Park 39er via Alpha Golf Hotel. Have a great day.
Taxi to Park 39er via Alpha Golf Hotel. Walker 4021. So, don't know where that is, but we're going to do what we can to get there. So, a few planes around, which is always nice to see. Just been leery of adding too much stuff in, so I don't have like FST, LTL running, don't have other things, so but over the course of this, we probably will start going with some more stuff. There we go. Like, it really turned pretty sharply. Alright, so now we're heading in toward the terminal, so not too far. Looks like we're going to make a pretty sharp turn there and then maybe park right next to that other jet. That would appear to be what it has us. Oh, I see. So it's kind of a weird direction, but okay. Yeah, let's not hit the fuel truck. But yeah, basically kind of coming in there. I don't know where it's having us go, so I'm gonna kind of head here and say that this is 39. So we'll park. I don't think I got my flaps up yet. So we'll get that all set. We're good there. And just time to turn everything off. So stop that engine. Stop that engine.
Learjet tree. Lima Juliet cross, runway 27, contact.
Alright. We are all set. So here at Fort Worth. So again, they are here for the Worth 400, and it's not like Fort Worth. It's looks like German, so it's W and then U with the umlaut, which is the two dots, are TH 400, presented by Liqui Moly. And that is afternoon of May 4th, which will be tomorrow. But they're all set here. And, you know, then we'll be moving on to the next rounds. You know, we'll see how things play out over the next few days. So, yeah, it looks like when I'll be moving in reality, basically we'll have been at Charlotte that weekend, and then the following weekend we're going to Nashville, and then we're going up to Michigan. So I think I'm probably going to need to get the Nashville one done early, because it's almost a guarantee I'm not going to have things, because that's going to be basically 2 days after, and I don't think our moving truck will have arrived yet. So I will do what I can to get that established and ready to go, and then hopefully the one for June 8th at Michigan, I'll have everything and we'll be ready to proceed. But hope you have enjoyed this journey with Walker Air Transport for the NASCAR season, and I will see you next time.